I'm Cadence the drummer.
I'm Cole the artist.
And we're Compairable.
It is dark.
Yeah, it is. I was like, are we in this real studio? That's what it felt like for a second. We are the creative, opinionated twin sisters that discuss all things music, art, and Black-owned.
Today's video, we are taking a break from our normal reviews with Black-owned businesses, and we are highlighting something that we think is very important, your mental health.
I'm acting like there's something wrong with me.
And we're focusing on BetterHelp.
This is not a sponsored video. I know a lot of people listen to podcasts and YouTube channels that discuss BetterHelp. So we just want to share something that we have utilized in hopes that this also helps you.
Yes. So we are in therapy.
Yes.
Not together.
Separately.
But we're doing it through BetterHelp.
Yep. And then what prompted me to go to therapy is just the events of last year and just the death of loved ones. Just kind of thinking about where I'm at in life personally and not waiting until you have a nervous breakdown to seek support services, mental health services, but really thinking, for me, I wanted to assess where I was at, and there were certain goals and things I wanted to achieve, and I really just wanted to talk through that with someone that was unbiased, and that's what prompted me to seek the resources of BetterHelp.
And side note, it's okay to discuss some things with family members and friends, but at a certain point, you need to go to a professional.
And you probably need to go to a professional because of the things you've discussed with your family and friends.
That part. And maybe the advice that you've received from them.
Because people give advice based on their own personal experiences.
Right.
And
not a professional, professional opinion.
And only you really know the full story of things that pertain to you.
Correct.
So someone giving you insight and advice that, although they might be willing and wanting to help you.
Best intentions, yeah.
Might not come out that way. So sometimes it is better to seek a professional because a professional is not going to leak your secrets. A professional is not going to...
When they get mad, oh, you know what she told me? You know what
try
she
to
told me?
manipulate you and do all these things. And, so it's nice to be able to just seek those types of services. Anyway, let's get into the deets of BetterHelp. What's nice about it is that you can meet with your... Oh, first to start, let's walk them through, what it is.
Right.
When you sign up for BetterHelp,
you fill out, a questionnaire form to pretty much tell your future therapist what it is that you're looking for in a therapist. So that could be someone that, I prefer a female. I want someone of color. I want someone of faith. I want someone that isn't of faith. I want someone...
You can list all of these different...
Right, a bunch of
categories.
criteria.
And if your therapist meets that criteria, then you end up getting paired with that person.
Right. And sometimes it can take a little bit of time for them to find someone that's right for you. But I would say that don't be discouraged, if it takes a week, 2 weeks, or a month or something like that.
But they usually do it pretty quick.
Right. Because I think I got mine in, a week and a half or something.
And I got mine probably within 48 hours. But
maybe I had too much on my list.
But I do live in a different area. I think it matters what area you live in.
True.
So because we live in the Bay Area, but she lives in she lives in Vallejo, I live in Oakland. Mm-hmm. And the resources in each city is different.
Yeah.
So once you get paired with your therapist, you can meet with them weekly.
Right.
And then there's also group meetings that you can have.
I haven't done a group meeting.
I've done it. So a group one is kind of like joining a Zoom meeting where they don't use your names and they don't have you on camera. The only person that you can see on camera is the therapist that's hosting the session. So there's still the level of privacy. If you want to use the chat, you can, but again, it doesn't reveal your name. And it's it's definitely like when you tune into a Zoom meeting where someone is running it and you're just kind of there attending.
Sure. And
you can comment as opposed to seeing people all on a screen. It gives
you
that because you don't know the level of
yeah,
privacy.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of different topics. Sometimes they're talking about trauma. Sometimes they're talking about abuse.
There's a list.
Sometimes they're talking about things that pertain to your identity as a Black person, as a white, not as a white person, as a woman. And so it has a lot of different categories, and you just find the day and time that they're having it, and register, and then they send you the message, and then you're able to attend the event. So that's good. So for me personally, I attend my sessions of video calls weekly.
Yeah.
At this point,
I do video also.
It's kind of getting to, I meet with my therapist about a week and a half, because it used to be weekly. But I'm actually at the point now where we're talking about a maintenance plan. So I've achieved a lot within my therapy sessions and the amount of time I've been doing therapy, to where my therapist now, we're getting to the point where we're talking about maintenance and me meeting with her less often.
And then with mine, like she said, I had started out weekly as well, because similar to what Kane has said, there had been a lot of trauma, like even with like the past 2 years, deaths in our family. Like I felt like I was wanting to go, but I felt like I almost needed an excuse to go. And then with all the multiple deaths, I was like, okay, well, this is like my entry. So sidebar, don't wait till very traumatic things happen for you to go. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody, just go. You don't need to make an excuse to have that happen. So,
and make it a priority in terms of like your finances, because we'll get to that in just a second.
Right. Yeah. So I was on a plan too, where I was meeting with my therapist weekly, and then I guess we're like low key moving at the same pace, even though we're not doing it together. So now we've gotten to the point where I just had a session with my therapist, and she was saying that you know what, we can switch to every 2 weeks. And then she said, but of course, if there's an emergency or you feel like you just need to talk to me, just schedule an appointment. But now we're on a 2-week type thing.
And I would say what's nice too is
Video chat also.
So I like about my therapist, because I feel like she's like an older auntie. What's great about her is that I just feel like I really can connect with her. She has a lot of great qualities that I feel like is great in a person. So for me specifically, I was looking for certain things. My therapist is a black woman. She's a
Mine
twin.
too.
She's a twin.
Mine is not.
She's a woman of faith. So it's
Mine
just
is
like,
too.
it's just really nice to be able to talk with someone that really gets your unique perspective.
And you don't have to explain all the backstory of being a black woman from the trauma of that, and then also just whatever else you came to the table with now as the problem. They already know those backstories. And then my therapist is also a woman of faith too. So not having to explain like my background and all that stuff growing up and things like that, she automatically gets it, because I said, this is what it is. And she said, oh, I got you. Or, you know, it's just refreshing that you can actually use the time to focus on now and then bring up things that relate to now, rather than trying to build this whole backstory of who you are as a person before you even get the help you think you need.
Right. And I would say, so we're getting to the point where I know you guys are probably wondering, how did I get this hat? But before I tell you that, we're going to talk about the financial aspect, because people are like, is therapy too expensive? How can I afford it? Realistically, you can't afford not to go to therapy, because you might be a danger to yourself and the community if you're not seeking the help that you need for whatever it is that you need.
We focus so much on the physical health, like you will spend however much money for your gym membership and not go. You will spend however much money on the athleisure look and not do anything with it. So
you'll spend a lot of money on getting your hair and nails done to look really good
or
on the
surgery,
outside, but
no
you're jacked up
to surgery,
but you're jacked up on the inside,
crumbling,
and that is part of the problem.
We got a lot of people walking around here, broken pieces walking around here. Let's get whole.
And we already know hurt people. So, yes, there is a cost associated with this,
but and it is pricey.
You pay per month. It is per month, but basically you get charged. Your card gets charged every 4 weeks, and they do have financial aid resources available. Us giving you the exact prices of what we pay doesn't really help you, because
everybody's different.
It's different for your different area.
Yeah.
And they do have financial aid options available, so you just, answer a couple of questions and they'll let you determine if you qualify for financial aid or not. But then just take a look into those resources.
Check your insurance plans, because some insurance plans do offer a mental health portion, like that can be added to that financial support. So consider that also.
Yep, but I would say even though your card gets charged once every 4 weeks, they're calculating a price based on a weekly price. Right. So say, for example, if you're paying $50 a week for 4 weeks, that's a total of $200 that your card will get charged
every month. Yeah.
So that's just kind of to give you a basic idea.
And you can stop at any point. So if you're like, oh, I've done a couple of sessions, this is getting too pricey, obviously see if there are other ways that you can help to, still continue that if you feel like it's necessary. But if not, no extra obligations. You can just go ahead and cancel the subscription.
And I would say, even for me, once I get to the point where I'll be meeting with my therapist less often, it's more like a maintenance basis. What I've been instructed to do is basically just have if I decide to discontinue the service, I believe I could just make sure I have the name of my current therapist and her credentials. And when I want to resume it, just request her. So then I don't get paired with someone else because I'm very happy with I'm very happy with the person that I have, and if it gets to the point where I'm spacing out my sessions once every 3 months, once every 6 months, then I do want to meet with the same person. That would be a priority for me. Now, let me just tell you how I got this hat before we let you guys go. So basically, I got this hat because I gave such rave reviews about the service.
I'm jealous.
I did it early on.
I'm jealous. I said, where'd you get this hat from?
I did it early on. They gave me an option. I could have chosen like a shirt or this hat, or they gave me like options. But realistically, I'm probably not going to walk around with a BetterHelp t-shirt, but I will walk around with a hat.
Yeah.
As you
This her hat.
You already know that because you see me wear that hat in a video. But anyway, so because this is
my hat now.
I know I would wear a hat like this. It was only fitting. So, if you guys are thinking about getting mental health services, if you are wanting to get mental health services, if someone has recommended it to you, don't take our word for it. I think you should give BetterHelp a try.
Absolutely.
If you've made it to the end of this video,
you know what you need to do.
Go to BetterHelp.com. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, comment,
share,
subscribe.